Last load hauled in for the evening, about 8 o'clock. Starting to shape up to be a pretty good little pile of stave logs. Little dab of walnut there. Little dab of walnut there. Little bunch of walnut there. Quarter saw. Then 401K and some grade red and black oak logs there. So starting to get a pretty diversified log yard again, just how we like it. Guess we'll wait and see what this weather does. Good white oak and a red oak, or black oak, I guess you could say. It's not really a red oak. Not what I call a red oak anyway. Probably 800 feet the grapple right there coming out. Kind of doing the old cut and drag today. I cut a tank, then drag some out. I come back and cut another tank, drag some more out. So we're kind of working back here on the very north end of the place on this kind of what I call a knob back here. Kind of drops off into the slow bottom. There's a few walnut down there, that low bottom. See if we can finagle this around doing the old one-handed motion here. I know you can't see anything. I kind of wish. Wish Kevin was back here filming and still working the deck. Well, that was close. Ease up on that now. Tighten back up. We'll put it here to the side and we'll get a few more. Old 648 will pull the groceries, that's for sure. Tall white oak here. Good diameter white oak. We might be able to get a fourth one in the grapple, but I don't know. Sometimes it seems like you really got to watch how you bunch them when you pull three. You got to kind of choke back on them a little bit because the load will shift and you'll lose logs. So even though there's a button in there that has continuous pressure on the grapple, still at times we have trouble getting three of these big devils out. And it doesn't matter if it's white oak, walnut, sycamore. And actually, truth be told, the sycamore is some of the hardest stuff to drag because the bark's so slick. There's nothing to kind of bite and grab on your grapple. But yeah, so 3 at a time's working out pretty good. I know we're saving a little bit of money in fuel there. Not that we burn tens of thousands of gallons, but with fuel being the way it is, you got to try to make every drag count. So we'll get these out. After kind of a patchy morning, things are starting to kind of shape up. Load number 3 for the day. We've hauled one load of what I call stave, quarter saw logs, stuff like that right here. This stuff in, and then we went and picked up a load of walnut off another job site just a little bit ago. So I wanted to try to get another load of this stuff out of here before this rain got here. We were experiencing a little rain this afternoon before we left here. I was actually loading the first load in the rain, so I didn't video. But, kind of holding off. It ain't looking good. I guess up north around Kansas City, they really got quite a bit of rain. But, this is all pallet and tie stuff stacked up. we'll get it at another time. We're just kind of worried about our good logs right now. Pretty decent white oak, just Southwest Missouri stuff, nothing too spectacular. These are all staves and quarter saw logs, butts and second cuts, clean stuff. Decent load, well, in the making anyway. Let's turn that. Loading logs is often like a jigsaw puzzle, trying to find what logs need to go where. And a lot of times these low-grade logs, like your pallet and tie, that can be a nightmare. Because these things are rough, and rough logs don't stack very well. Round logs stack good. Rough logs, like your top logs here, it's just kind of a nightmare to mess with them. There's always a bunch of them on every job, and just like this pile, we'll take it back home, shove it in the old 401k, save it for a rainy day, which, as you guys can tell, we had one of those this morning, getting ready to cut loose again, so we're trying to get this last load out before it does. Then, tomorrow, Warren, it's supposed to be raining. Friday, it's supposed to be sunny. Then, I think Saturday, and then 5 days, they're calling for like a lot of rain. So the fact that I'm leaving tomorrow, I'm really not going to miss too much. I was joking around today. I should have left the day early. Went down today, although I don't know what I'd done if I went down there early. Anyway, flip you back around. So luckily there's a lot of gravel right here that we can load right here. You can see it's kind of sloppy where Kevin's running in the 333. And he's just feeding me logs 2 and 3 at a time. Just enough to kind of finish this load out. Now next week, depending on what the weather does, we'll probably try to do some cutting, try to get the rest of these trees on the ground. But as far as dragging goes, I don't know when we'll get to drag the rest of them out. I was telling Kevin on the way over here, it's probably why you'll see a dozer in our future real quick, just because of times like now. Yeah, a dozer is going to sit around a lot for us, but I'm the type of person, when I want to move wood, I want to move wood. I don't like waiting around. So even though our dozer would set quite a bit, we'd still find some uses for it. And Brandon and I have talked about a dozer a little bit, a little dozer he could also use for some of his projects. So I've spent money on dumber things, so another dozer would be nice. Dad's 450 was nice, but I think we need something like a 550 and a J or a K. Deer. or Komatsu, but probably deer. We're big deer peoples, if you couldn't tell. Anyway, guys, this is kind of a cut up, chopped up video of yesterday and today being Wednesday. So I'm really not sure what I filmed yesterday. My neighbor. But you'll see pieces of it from me running the skidder. I don't think there's any cutting because I had Kevin working the deck. He's my film man. So I'll see you guys next week, hopefully, after I get back from my adventures somewhere down in Texas. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It truly means the world. Myself, Dad, and Kevin. And we will see you next week. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.